Right, so I'm going to, I think if you're watching this, then it must mean it was reasonably successful. I'm going to try something different today. Something I haven't done before. Basically a tray of roasted vegetables, but I'm going to make up a carrots in it. I'm going to make up like a curry kind of sauce paste kind of thing, rather than what I've done before, which is the kind of the barbecue kind of sauce affair. I thought what I'll do is make up a different kind of sauce for the vegetables. And I was thinking, why not put some garlic, ginger, curry powder and stuff into a bit of water and some oil into a wee paste, and try coating the vegetables in that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll just use the lock. These trays of roasted vegetables are a really good way of using up those multi-packs. You see, you're getting 3 and 4 courgettes in a packet, 3 peppers. This is a good way to kind of use all these up, and it cooks down, so you're only going to create a few portions of kind of concentrated vegetables, which is good. Fairly small with the vegetables, and I'm just going to just got a bit of got a wee bit of fish, got some mackerel, so we'll just fry that up and have that with these vegetables. I bought these vegetables to have the to make a ratatouille. So I've done a video on that before, so I've got some of that in the fridge already. So that's another big load of vegetables just cooked down, the tomato sauce and stuff on it. So this is just yet another big load of vegetables. Just all cooked down. Onions are a wee bit annoyingly small, but that's all I had. If you haven't seen that before, just the plastic tub attached on the front of the chopping board with those wee screws. You can take that off and chuck it in the bin. Very, very handy for just scraping rubbish straight into. So normally I would do this with like a barbecue kind of sauce. So you tomato puree, smoked paprika, ketchup, balsamic, garlic, bit of oil, mix that up and then coat the vegetables in that. But I just thought I'd do something a wee bit different. Try a different sort of coating. Again, just have these tomatoes lying around, so we'll chuck them in. Chuck these chilies in as well, why not? Mushrooms, all that kind of stuff. It's all, just chuck it all in. It's the good thing about these trays of vegetables. Might as well just use the lot up. So if you bought chilies or something for something else, you know, and you only want one, but you're forced to have to buy a big kind of multi-pack, this is a good way to use them up. So I'm going to make up a wee kind of paste. I reckon she'll do 3 cloves of garlic. Ginger, some more of that. Scrunch your fingers on the silver of and the steel of the knife. It takes the smell of garlic off your fingers. So that's just garlic and ginger. We'll put a wee bit of the old, a wee bit of sea salt into it to help with the abrasion. It's just the Malden's sea salt. Brings the moisture out as well. It helps to crush it down into a paste. Stick the oven on to 200. quite liquidy now, so call that done. So into that I'm going to add some, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, turmeric, curry powder, thyme. So I've got a bit of curry powder, fair amount in. So I'll just turn it off. A wee bit of turmeric because it's good for you. And then some dried thyme. Just guessing. That's going to be good or bad, I don't know. And then I'll use a bit of olive oil. And then I'll use a wee bit of vegetable oil as well. And then I'm thinking a wee touch of water. So I've never done this before, just so you get a fair bit of salt in there already. So it should be salty enough. And when you do the crush the garlic like that, it becomes very strong. I'll put some coriander. I'll maybe put that on near the end when it's finished cooking. Otherwise you'll just cook the flavour away. So I'd say that there's that's nice. I'll put a wee pinch of salt, another wee pinch of salt, just a wee bit. And then a bit of pepper. I should pour that in. Makes it nice and easy to coat when you use this big bowl. You could just do it straight into the tray. I don't really have a good baking tray that's big, but that's just the grill pan with the mesh thing removed, and it just fits into the shelves, into the wee brackets in the oven. So I'll bung this in probably 40 minutes-ish or so, and then once it's done I'll just fry up a piece of the mackerel. I'll show you that in the next bit. Show you that. These spatulas, these silicone ones, can really clean the bowl out. Sure. So we'll just chuck that in the oven for probably 40 minutes-ish, half an hour, 40 minutes, and turn it over maybe halfway through, 15-20 minutes in, just turn it over. That's you, so I will come back shortly and we can see if that's good, bad or indifferent. I think we're about done now. I'm I'm just going to stick the old non-stick pan on, turn the oven off. Actually, I shall chop this coriander up first. So it certainly smells very nice. Now I want to put this tray on top of that chopping board. So I'm just going to pull this out a wee bit. I'll just chuck that in there like that. See, it kind of disappears a wee bit. A wee touch of water into it, just to kind of deglaze the bottom off it a wee bit almost. So you end up eating, like in one portion of vegetables, like almost like a whole courgette and a whole pepper almost, if you're only getting a couple of portions out of this. So we'll just pop this into a plastic, let it cool, we'll pop it into a plastic container and you can just reheat it over the next day or two. You can just pop it in the microwave or pop it under the grill, or you can put it in a pan and warm it through with a wee touch of water in it. That's done for the vegetables. So I have a couple of, I want to these in half. I just got these mackerel fillets. So them being mackerel fillets, actually I was going to have 3 pieces, but they've still got the bone down the middle. I'm just going to leave that bone in because you can't really pin bone it, you can't pull it out with the tweezers. I was going to have, see, they're actually quite slightly bigger than I thought. I bought 3 and I was going to have three halves, but actually they're kind of good size. Smell alright, so what I'll do is just cut them all in half. Don't know why I'm cutting them in half really, it doesn't really make any difference. But dry them off a wee bit. Just a wee touch of olive oil straight onto the skin. So when I put this into the pan, the first thing it's going to do is curl up. See, so this middle bit is not actually touching the pan. So all I'm going to do is just get a weight, just get a wee tray, just put it on it, and it just makes the skin completely be in contact with the pan. So all the time I'm doing that, this has got a wee touch of oil on it now, but you've got one hand that's got fish on it and the other hand that doesn't, so you can keep one hand clean, one hand fishy. So I'm just going to have this fish and vegetables, that's all. Just a bit of lunch. You can obviously have it with rice or a wee bit of potatoes or whatever. Just knock that off there. Do a nice white plate. And this is pretty much almost there. It's just going to fry up this fish and have it with these vegetables, and that's it. And so, you know, it's all nicely concentrated. It's not boiled, so you're not pouring anything away that you've pouring nutrients away. The roasting is a good way to get a lot of vegetables into one kind of portion. It's a bit cold. So you cook it for like 90% of the time on the skin side, get the skin nice and crispy. So keep the temperature up fairly high, but not so much that it burns it, so I've got it in 4 or 6. Pretty good. I'm actually going to give it another wee second on that skin, but we are almost there. over. Touch of salt in the skin helps to dry it out, crisps it up. So I've turned that heat off now. So another good recipe to use up lots of vegetables and to just get a load of vegetables into a portion of food. Pick up that wee bit of oil, that's fish oil, that's good. Just needs a wipe. So that's done, nice crispy skinned mackerel. There are bones down the middle of that, so just they're dead easy to pull out now that it's cooked. Crispy skinned mackerel and roasted curried vegetables. That's done.